here we go. Moonlight on the concrete, my house was the rose, huh? Now life filled with zombies, crime mommies, dying hobbies, more brick shots. Lord, I need your Holy Ghost, huh? What's the antidote for money, drugs, sex, women, hope that I listen. Hormones, what's that to old wisdom? Signs of the time, I remember trying to climb the highest heights as a kid with no vision. That was amateur wishing. Reminiscing what I forecast, I foresee. A nappy-headed boy like me, trying to sightsee. Heaven's gate is icy, skate around your presence. Lessons learned that my sins, they indict me. Juice on white teas, I hope you like me. So much in my head, feeling stuck inside my bed. So much pain up in my heart, it led me straight down to this pen. And now my pen game, leave rappers in a frantic pen state. And now you locked behind these bars, screaming free the gang, the words I slang. That's how you know my name. 2 lines, fill the space with my pain. I remember those days as a kid praying for better days. And now I'm screaming, look how far I came. When you see my face, can you please tell me what you see? Feeling like a Moses man, here to spit the red you see. The deeds of a prophet, I'm asking God, what's it profit me? Call me just to use these words, but lately I've been scared to speak. The world, it speaks to me through metaphors, vibes, and frequencies. Subscribe to my tribe's eyes, asking Moko what you see. Rising tides, stacks and tides on men who dare to bleed. On the streets is where we write our names, please remember me. No sense of where I'm going, no sense of where I'm turning. Session with my boys at night, that shit got my soul burning. Mama praying I make it home, praying I don't miss my purpose. Bible verses, how I heal my pain, how I heal this hurting. All right, my name is Prince Moko. Got a series of poems slash rhythm for you, so hope you enjoy it. This world is a nympho. Got me busting like a pinpole. Somebody change the ringtone. Tell this I've been grown. Amped up, call me King Kong. On my way home. Everybody walk around trying to hold me down, trying to get the best of me, yeah. Everybody wanna know how you do that. What's the recipe, yeah. Let me dumb it down. Let me give you a couple shots, couple rounds. Cannot mess with me, yeah. Everybody want my energy. Got it straight from the ground. Ain't no testing me, yeah. Let's get it cracking, boom bapping. This is romantic. This is so exciting. This is 96, baby. This is old magic. This is Michael Jackson moonwalking through the red jacket. Kind of shit that make you wonder, is it really packing? Come on, what's the secret? Everybody wanna peep this. Whole world wanna see this. I'm about to teach this. Whole world wanna feel this. This world is a nympho. Got me busting like a pinpole. Somebody change the ringtone. Tell this I've been grown. Amped up, call me King Kong. On my way home, on my way. A door open, not a door closed. Everybody trying to reap what they didn't sow. Everybody claim that they ride, that they 10 toes. Everybody say that they know, but they don't know. I'm like, oh no, here we go again. Why you on my phone? Why you messaging my friends? 1 round, I ain't come around again. I don't want to hear that. You was just playing like, oh no, here we go again. Now I'm turned up, now I'm going Super Saiyan. Try to steal my bread, that got you in the jam. Hard of a kid, but I'm feeling like the man. What you know about me? This here's BDE. Everybody want a piece. Everybody want to know me. Everybody want to know me. So please tell me what you know about me. This is BDE. Everybody want a piece. Everybody want my energy. All right. Go on to the next one. My heart bleeds 50 shades of gray. Addicted to the way you slay me by those whips and chains. Fetish for the way you call my name. You ain't part of my pride and now you ain't my main. You my lioness and I ain't lying when I say. Reminiscing on those days when healed the pain. I pray today you take this pain away. Actually, this pain can stay. Helps me heal, helps me understand my pain. Mama never see me grab the mic so she don't understand the pain. Oops. Quick question. Start that one over? Oh. Which light went off? All the back lights. Oh, shoot. How did that happen? Let's cut for a second. Might be too hard, now here we go. So we told of a girl that's 12 years old, my little sister. Every time she sees me, what's going on, my bro? I'm like, who you calling, bro? Prince, chill out. Bro, she got the kind of love I didn't get at 12 years. Oh, I'm like, I'm doing great. How you doing, my sis? She said, I'm doing mighty fine. I'm just killing my shit. I'm like, damn, what you say? I didn't mean to say shit. don't tell dad, I won't, I promise, cause I ain't no snitch. And then she give me a hug, and then she blow me a kiss and say, P.S. Prince, make me an auntie, help and have those kids. I'm like, damn, baby girl, what did you say? I guess I'll tell you how my heart went and bled 50 shades. It's funny when you give them love and then they throw it away. You say the same thing that they said and then they say that's hate. Maybe I was a little petty, made my heart's a little heavy, like showing up to a party, realizing they ain't no Henny, like pour it up, switch it up. Man, I'll take another one. Thoughts of a wedding ring. Man, I swear you were the one. All right. We'll move on to the next one. Bridges burn brightly before babies start crying at the sight of the stars plays perfectly with the night sky. Can't you see the alignment? Accidents are waiting for the divine touch of awareness to be enlightened by its purpose. Spent around by turntables, it's not about what you know, but what you feel. Because I felt everything before as a child, but didn't have the words to describe what I felt, leaving me to catch up to what I once was. Maybe this is the transition from adolescence to manhood, saying the same thing I was when I was 12, but with a little more diction behind each verb. My voice was lost in the womb, and what was birth was a child being strangled by society's umbilical cord. Now I only see in sections what being a man is like. It's like trying to put a puzzle together without a frame to place your own, because there's no original copy. Now you're left copying fragmented projections of what you think being a man is like. I used to think worshiping nouns like church, school, home, would lead me to God, thinking I'll find him in superstores because I heard communion was on sale in aisle 6. Looking for God is starting to feel like a wholesale, a chore that goes against my natural rhythm, orchestrated by my experience, led by intuition, prepared by pain, played by my heart. Can't you hear the chaos? The voice of conviction is starting to feel like an oxymoron, projected by those who can't hear with their eyes, nor see with their ears, nor taste me with their nose. Can't you hear the blinding lights penetrating your soul? As a boy, I was taught God can be found within the flesh of man, in the strands of his DNA. Maybe this is why when 2 or 3 are gathered, he is there in our presence in brothels, strip clubs, trap houses, in the streets, but nowhere to be found in nouns of worship because they are man-made, and I am a reflection of divine creativity. And maybe this is why scientists study man, because they cannot reproduce the intricacies of man unless in emotions of passion, love, lust, corruption, or deceit. Because we are not the builders of this world. We are simply the painters of our own stories, only understood by empaths, because they are the ones who put the puzzle pieces together so we can see the bigger picture, illustrated by God, fine-tuned by destiny, and signed by our verbs. This poem was partially made for you to understand, but to also pay attention to what you feel. Because I felt everything before as a child, but didn't have the words to describe what I felt, leaving me to catch up to what I once was. Maybe this is why bridges burn brightly before babies start crying at the sight of the stars plays perfectly with the night sky. I envision myself here. Oh, wait. I just need one moment. I just need a quick moment. I envision myself here, but would never get to see it in present moment unless I'm looking back. And when I do, I ask, who is this imposter among us? He's kind of sus. What task did you complete to get here? Who can vouch for your talent or skill? Most times I feel like a fraud who's been caught venting from electrical after dimming my own light. And when it's time to vote off the supposed imposter, I vote for myself, even when I'm not the imposter, because I feel like I'm about to be trolled by my friends. How could I make it this far is the question I ask myself after each success. Dimming my own light seems like a better option than believing that I was made for this, that me and success are crewmates, the pen, my soulmate, the stage, my long-last friend where I can let my presence be felt. but not enough to let myself feel like the imposter again. But sometimes I forget. Sometimes I get emotional. Sometimes I get passionate. Sometimes I let myself bleed on stage. And that's when I realize my fears are the real imposter. Every time I doubt myself, I do it again. I step out and prove myself wrong. Prince, you are stronger than you think. Prince, you are smarter than you believe. But why is it that when I look back, I don't recognize the person I envision in this present moment? I think my problem is I'm not scared of the present moment, but I'm scared to look back at what I created. When did I become light? When did I become the words I manifested? When did I become the person I always wanted to be? Because I wanted to be there myself to witness it. Because I know his story better than anyone else here. He's come a long way from home, a long way from nothing. And maybe that's the price you pay coming from nothing. Always questioning everything, wanting everything, but feeling like you deserve nothing. Then realizing you possess everything. And that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of my own light. I am scared of my own greatness. I am scared I possess everything I ever needed. I am scared I am everything I ever needed. I am scared I no longer have to look outward to find inner peace. So please, can you tell me, what do you see? I can tell by the way you look at me. You can see something I don't see in the mirror. What is it? I know I'm not paranoid, because when I look back at my life, when I was at my lowest point, people always said, there's something different about you. Once again, what is it? Let's unpack it together. Like we arrived at our destination and we're about to have the trip of our lives, let's unpack it together. You might also find something out about yourself as well, because everyone is just a reflection of how you feel. So let's unpack it together. Because we can all see something in each other that we don't see in ourselves. We give better advice to others than we do ourselves. So let's both be imposters together. All right? That was a poem I wrote about a game I played called Among Us during the pandemic of COVID. I said this is the perfect way to just express how imposter syndrome has been affecting me. And I took this game as a time just to write and create from it. All right, so here we go. Some of my favorite poems to perform. Folk tales have become movies. Books have come to life. History has become our present gift wrapped in the form of television. My ancestors believed it was better to die than to be held in bondage. But it's the 21st century. Our great-great-grandkids will watch their ancestors die in bondage. No more conjured up images of our mind. This is our reality, our faith, the one they're giving to us and the one they're trying to take. My religion, my purpose is to run as fast as I can and not get caught by the system. So run, little black boy, run. Don't aim for the stars, because you are one. If you do, you'll be aiming at yourself. Self-sabotage is the thing that will ruin your destiny. But if you get caught, be the voice for those who can't speak, be the legs for those who can't walk. Most importantly, be the hand that holds people through the dark to the brightest. Be the hand that holds people through the brightest days. Because that's when people fake it the most. In darkness is when people are most real with themselves. So don't be scared to be black. Because black is authentic. Black is love. Black is light. Black is power. Black is whatever you want it to be. So when you run, little black boy, run to freedom, run to success, run to liberty, and never forget, black is bold, black is brave, black is brilliant, black is enough in a world that doesn't know itself. Black is light in the world that is scared of the dark. So young boys and young girls, don't be scared to be black, because you are black and you are enough. All right, last poem, one of my favorite poems to perform. I'm just gonna hop right into it. It's called If I. I watched them try to colonize Colin Kaepernick, but couldn't take his shit from him. 'Cause what he knelt for will always be greater than what you stood for. North America will never be great again. Tell your mama, tell your friends that the Reaper is coming. Little by little, we solving this riddle. Our future is brittle. The Grim Reaper took my soul when the man who killed me was acquitted. Ain't nothing new, except for the facts I've been telling you. I know the color of my skin reflects the moon, but doesn't reflect bullets, 'cause my melanin ain't Black Panther vibranium bulletproof. But when I die, I'll still shout Wakanda forever, forever and ever. Amen. Black Lives Matter. I watched a young black boy bleed out the scriptures his mama once whispered in his ear. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Then mama, why was the white man's cane able to beat me down and the life of my blood making no sounds to heaven? While my blood danced and maneuvered through the cracks and pebbles on the ground as I watched lifelessly. What a sight to see. My mama screaming in the streets, young black boys, please don't drive cars with your families. Rest in peace, Philando Castile. Young black boys, please stay within the four walls of your house. Or these officers will use your blood to fertilize the concrete ground which only grows artificial flowers, teddy bears, pictures, and candle fragrance that smell of you. So tell me, how are you going to ask? We need to know if you're okay after you already shoot. I know you have the assumption us black folks are always tough, but once again, I tell you, this melanin ain't Black Panther vibranium bulletproof. Rest in peace, Stephen Clark. I'm tired of watching us young black boys being silenced by the noise of injustice that rings street. I'm tired of watching us young black boys being silenced by the noise of injustice that rings in the streets as sirens, claiming to help those who are in need. But when these emergency personnel arrive on the scene and see that they don't have enough melanin compared to me, they start getting angry and aggressive and start taking things personally. But officer, I can see your intentions. Your heart is filled with melanin because it's just as dark as me. And even though this city was built off the back of my ancestors, there's no need to walk all over my back literally, because I have a mother, a father, a brother, a sister who are all home right now waiting for a bow. Mama, I watched them kill one of my brothers and put him in the dirt. And I know that you said no weapon formed against me shall not prosper, but mama, I really don't want to get hurt. So maybe, just maybe, mama, no weapon formed against me will not prosper. It's only true if I shoot first. Thank you. And that was a poem called If I. I wrote this a while back, just during the lockdown and just seeing the countless injustice happening on social media and whatnot, which kind of inspired me to write that, and even the year before that. And thank you. It's just something that just makes me very upset and emotional, but I'm glad I was able to find an outlet and create it. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Santana. I go by the name of Southside Santana. I'm a poet, spoken word artist. Today I'm going to be doing a couple of pieces for you guys. Really, just a quick, brief explanation of what my poetry is about. It's just me growing up and talking about my lived in and past experience of growing up in a low-income environment, growing up in the hood, and also just me using my voice as a platform for men to be able to be more vulnerable in a society where I feel like it's not yet fully accepted. But that being said, I'm going to give a trigger warning for my first piece. It goes by the name of Southside Story. It goes like this. I wake up and wipe the corner of my eyes. First thing I think about is my girl Nina. I know my life is a gamble, so I know it's kill or be killed. So when I say I ride for my guys, just know that I mean it. He put a K beside my gang, cool. Just hope I won't miss. I ain't scared. He ain't got one hard bone in his body, just like a jellyfish. So now I Reflect on everyone that said they don't rock with me or my gang, and I make a list. So when I put him in the sky, now he really be sun-kissed. But they shot back, and now my brother dead. So now it really won't end. And so now the Nina pushed back when I let my shots bust. I put some soap in my clip and I leave him with bubble guts. But there was a witness. His mama right there praying that I ain't killed him. She got the cops on speed dial cause she know how this life go. And I was cousin in the back trying to bake me like Mike Crow. At this point, I cannot and will not fold. My sinus is acting up because these streets is real cold. Man, I gotta shoot back just to see myself grow old. Woo, flashing the sirens all in my rear view. Time to think critically. Do I finish what's on my plate or flee with an empty stomach? Crody, they just killed your brother, so now you gotta punish. I throw a handful of shots at him. Body hit the pavement. Fear struck my heart because I know his mama's gonna say some. Freeze, coming from the po-po from all directions. Now I'm sitting in the back thinking I should've just left him. What's that? Double homie, illegal gun, fingerprints traced into every crime I've ever done. This leads to my incarceration. So much evidence, the police ain't got no implications. My younger brother in the hood looking up to me. Now he might be another shooter in the making. But now it's just me, my cell, and the silence. But God, how could you blame me? I'm just a product of my environment. And really what that piece was doing was just me telling a story about a hypothetical situation. But it's also a harsh and unfortunate reality for a lot of the youth that grow up in low income areas in the city of Toronto. But I know that was a heavy piece. I got more of a lighter piece. This piece goes by the name of Verbal Two-Step. It's just me kind of just playing around with my pen and trying to see what I could do with the wordplay, and me just having fun with it. It goes like this. As my words dance around the mic, I might just mic check a 1-2 punch that's a silent knockout as I'm killing you softly. I'm still rolling through the south side, thinking that I might die just from walking down the corner. They say the good die young, so I guess I sin too much. I'm only 18, but I didn't know that this was my ice age, cause my heart turned iceberg, so I guess I don't feel too much. They want us 6 feet under to become dirt kids, even though we was already dirt poor. It's a hood struggle. You gotta make a break, or you gonna crack like an Eglinton Road. It's a hood struggle. Everybody hungry, but ain't nobody feeding they soul. That's how it go. So now I gotta keep grinding. Cause at this poet stuff, I feel like I'm the top gunner. Umbrella for the hot summer. I'm blocking out the shade, cause when I brought the fake to the light, they still went dark on us. Cause I can see right through that stuff. See, you gotta put X to raise images. Imagine being in a room with all fakes. I call that a masquerade. But I love speaking positivity. I feel like a loudmouth. So whatever I put in the air goes up, it must come down south side. But yeah, that piece was really just me. Just trying to incorporate my style of a lot of the wordplay, a lot of the double entendres that I use. I have another one similar to that piece. This one goes by the name of Washington, D.C. I'll just get right into it. This stuff amazed me, because to them a hood story is always a good story. When we got a hood mentality, it leads to a hood fatality. Road killers, they do drive-bys. It don't matter if the person was with it or not. They say, check the scoreboard. But how you scoring if you shooting at the wrong net? He was shooting in the hot summer like he was trying to get a scholarship. They just copped a dirty stick. They might have to wash that thing like DC, because they gon' slide like a PowerPoint. But if I see the Jakes, I go Stevie Wonder. And mans be popping beans like they Jack now. And man just study me like it's class now. Put my bag down just to get back in it. See, I can go punchline for punchline, leaving you wanting more. Mans bring their mops everywhere. They going on a janitor. Man, my pen be going crazy. Put it inside an asylum. My brain lost its passport, so I can't tell you where my mind's been. I ain't become a trapper, a gun clapper, still a product of my environment. Quiet when you down bad, but when you start shining, you wonder where all the silence went. Me and my guys trying to get it out the mud. So I gotta keep my composure so I don't freeze up in the quicksand. This flow is bombarding. I'm an artist. I go hard in the paint. That's 3 seconds in the key. Tell me if you really feel this, cause I put my scars on the kitchen table and wear my heart on my sleeve. That piece was just really me, just showing a lot of the vulnerability that I have, and also speaking on the unfortunate events that go on in the city. I have a line in that piece where it goes, "How are you scoring if you're shooting at the wrong net?" And really, that line is just representing a lot of the innocent lives that are being taken due to gun violence and a lot of the activity that's going on. It's just, I feel like it's just unfortunate for the lives that are not getting themselves involved in all of that. But I have another one. I feel like this one is one of my more vulnerable pieces, and I'm gonna go straight into it. The name of this piece is Ghetto Poetry. Rather count my blessings for I count on you guys. Don't tell me what you will be, tell me what you are now. Room full of Southside guys and I still feel lonely. What that mean? I don't know. But back to the topic. Girls, money, I'm the stuff, oh yeah, I'm reminded. Shout out to Cole. Younger me want to be just like him. Fast forward 10 days in the vacant and some stuff I never want to do again. I'd rather pick up a pen and get it the harder way. I still feel for my guys, that's mindset that is stuck in the hood. Crow telling me he got a magic stick, don't need to twirl it around to make you vanish like poof. Proof is in the progress, shout out to you. You probably hate me, just know that I loved you. We can never fix that bond though, cause I know what you did in that condo. Enough of that stuff though. Listen, you guys don't spit like this, I ain't talking envelopes. I stay true to myself, don't rock with the snitching, cause I know I could never take that stand like a trophy. Guys think they know me. Gotta stay militant, cause even in the Jesus peace, you could still get left holy. And mans be sending shots like espresso. Sitting in the hood all day, getting high like hello. All these, all these guys is squares shaped up like a lineup. Got me talking about all these girls that attend, had me thinking I should go and get my dimes up. If you got a white tee, they trying to change the color like it's tie-dye. Every time I see a whip pull up too fast, I'm thinking that I might die. So sad. And that piece is really me just showing the paranoia that not only me, but a lot of the youth have growing up in low income. Just having to mentally prepare ourselves for every time we walk out our front doors that something unfortunate could or may happen to us. But it also just shed some light on some relationships that I had or currently have right now that I feel like didn't really necessarily end or go the right way. But that being said, I have one last piece for you guys. This is, I feel like, a piece that really represents me as an artist, kind of really represents me as a person as well. This piece goes by the name of Rainy Day. Man, that's so Jane gritty. So he just wanna smoke the pain away, stack the paper, but save the drip for a rainy day. Trappers tired of the crack pot and watching out for the stash spot. Growing up, we never had a lot, so I aim for the moon. I'm just clearing up my landing spot. Dance around my name, swear it'll be verbal homicide. I'm sending shots, not a gun clapper, but they still give me round of applause. My brain is abroad. These words will bully your mental. Man, mine too. My guys carry the lead, I carry the pencil. We grew up with fast money and violence. When you stack it so quick, why ask if the manager is hiring? Hearing about bodies dropping every day, that stuff make us cranky. Might as well attach some teardrops on our faces. I can't get complacent with living in the hood and fast dollars, it don't make sense. Growing up, we had dreams of being athletes. I still stack up the stat sheet in ways you can't match me. Late to all my classes, so how could I keep it classy? But I gotta keep in mind that the block could get wet up at any moment without the super soakers, Southside soldiers. So you gotta stand tall even if they're aiming at your mata. Cause their goal is to leave you broken like it's patois. These guys is ruthless, like they playing softball. They wanna put you on the tee. They just do it, so they bring the vapor to the max. Everybody wanna be on top like a beanie, no seagull. But I got the bird's eye vision. You gonna be left with scabs still tripping on me. My bar's still snapping. He Denzel Washington playing roles. He just a man acting, hands clapping. Bad action when I touch the mic. Thank you guys for your time. I am Santana. I go by the name of Southside Santana. You guys can find me on Instagram at Southside Santana _. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
I'm ultra black. I'm ultra black like black women ultrasounds. Ignored fetal distress, endometriosis. I'm black like sickle cell anemia. I'm ultra black, cooked in the suns and the islands black like grains of mushroom rice black like the bark of trees and praying knees black. I hyperpig my mentality cause I'm black like cooked sap turned maple syrup like carnation and sugar in my cornflakes like putting African before everything. I'm black as big ass bamboo earrings like harder works and lower earnings. Ignoring problems don't make them disappear. You can't manifest yourself out of blackness. That's not what love and light meant, beloved. I'm black as beloved black babies buried in unmarked graves using dirt as warm blankets. I'm ultra black cause bleach and cream don't shrink lips. No matter how much darkness you consume, you'll be forced to comb it eventually. You'll be forced to comb it eventually cause black hair tends to mat like a call for unity. Hands together. I'm black like prayer cause God wasn't given to us by the white man, just that depiction. I'm ultra black lightning thunderstorm, so none of my X-Men bleach my sentiment. I'm still pro-black over here till black cracks or pigs fly. I'm ultra black like holes in space that swallow universes. My man is toilet paper cause I'm still the ish. I'm ultra black. I'm black as drawing breaths to only suck in a lack of oxygen. Black as knees on necks, using bolts of lightning to speed through the ignorance of the notion that I will march with you. Not this April. I'd rather spring anti-blackness till it simmers in your soul. I'm black like the sound of bullets when leaves fall cause footsteps are heavy in white neighborhoods. I'm black as losing another and another and another. We say names till some names become aftertaste to the remix of we already saw that tape, officer. The clip was loaded the same way, officer. The same colored hands pulled the triggers, officer. Black voices are the voices of the trumpet, the noise that the creator returns to. I'm brown skin, brown like the brain of Jimmy Neutron, black like the soul of Ultron, like protest at home but don't gather. I'm black as the garter I wrap around bullet wounds on my thighs to keep the meat alive. Black as understanding that sometimes it's not Queen and Slim, it's Queen fighting for Slim against them and still having to fight Slim. I mean, I need you to write a poem on black joy. And that's that piece. My idea of black joy is legacy. In the beginning was the word that sprung blackness out of the cracks in the concretes of Africa, that placed gold in every crevice of the motherland, that ignited magic in her children. In the beginning was freedom. I want you to tell the children of their true story. I want you to tell the children of the royalty that they came from, of the ways that the sun shined them to copper, gold skin, and velvet. I want you to tell them the stories before the slave ships, of their aunts and uncles who chose resistance, who chose oceans over chains, of black men and women who chose each other throughout. I want to tell my children that I am a compilation of every black woman that came before me, a collection of sacrifices. Tell your black girl that someone in her lineage nursed on the bosoms of a queen. Someone in her lineage looked at home for the last time and promised to sing her songs like lotion to the skin of melanated children. Tell your black boy that someone in his lineage kissed the lips of a woman broken by battle. Someone was born in chains and rose one day in freedom. Tell your children that they look like their ancestors, that their beauty spans generations. I want you to whisper to your black love and persistence and tell them, I want to break the stereotypes that black people can't love softly, can't love without tragedy. I want to be the best of your legacy without you having had suffered to get there with me. For a long time, we were thought of as inhuman, as alien, and they may have been onto something, because what is more super than suffering and still having the audacity to love? They're not ready. We soak in sun rays and shapeshift when we're uncomfortable. We reprimand agent and labels. We take their barriers and we beat on the walls to make music that we could dance to. We took their whips and chains and we turned it into a culture. What is more super than taking lemons to garnish wine and sip it from the lips of black women? They're not ready. When they bend our hair, we bartended head wraps that matched our outfits and mimicked their scars. They gave blues and we added rhythm. For every leader they took from us, we gave 10 more. We are resilient, but black girl, write me a poem on black joy, on black girl joy. And leave out the ways your tongue curls around the trauma that your grandmother left behind in her womb. The trauma that wrapped itself around your neck and named itself umbilical cord, calling itself feeding you nutrients, when all it ever took from your mother's meals are deep breaths that she didn't digest. Black girl, write me a poem on happiness. Leave out the tears you shed over the blood spilled on sacred ground where first kisses became first word on eulogies, because bullets riddled the walls you were pinned to that day. Leave behind the 6'5" boy that made your skin feel like glitter, like diamonds. Leave his gravesite out of the rhymes, because death and joy can't coexist. Black girl, you have to write me a poem on black joy. Leave behind the name you swallow every time you think of the child you lost. What did the joy cost, black girl? Don't give me currency, give me happy that I can market. Sing me a song on black joy and make sure its hands are warm. Black girl, do you see Eden? Do you still see Eden? Do you still see the beginning? 'Cause Eden burns behind bamboo earrings with flowers wilting to be placed on the graves of her children whose bones became sustenance. So Eden is the mother of chaos like you are, black girl. Do you still see Eden? Does she recognize your eyes? Or are the cracks placed in the cement making it hard to grow roses? Black girl, write me a poem on black joy and leave the concrete out of the gardens. Leave out angels with paper wings. Leave out your sister with a voice like porcelain that cracks every time it hits winds, as if air is a hard surface. Tell me, black girl, what makes you feel alive without you having to die for it? I need you to write a poem on black joy. Not the artificial kind we perm to make so straight that you could see it glisten from out of space. I'm talking black joy that we don't have to silk press, the kind that shows up in its hot mess. I mean, why do black girls journal and write affirmations down on notebooks that no one gets to read but themselves? We meditate and touch our wombs while we sing tunes that we never learned, touching scars we didn't earn, but we have to heal so that they skip our unborns. What does it mean to sing a black girl song? Magic. It means magic. It means magic drips from these lips and adorn these hips in communion with beads tied with the benediction of our foremothers. It means being the blue in the sky behind gray clouds, starlight behind fog, because bright colors look so damn good against our skin. It means grandmother's teas and ritualistic healing. Illness can catch these hands that massage oils and put them on torn ligaments to reduce the pain. It means When my boyfriend said that his love language is words of affirmation, I go one step further and I send him words of manifestation, preaching wealth and abundance unto his being while praying bulletproof on his black skin, using my teardrops as pearls to adorn my necks and showing up with smiles anyways. It means I live a luxurious ass lifestyle because broken is not my birthright. It means dancing naked among trees and feeling at home in the water because my ancestor's spirit roams these seas. So my soul feel at ease in high tides, in angry waters, in hurricanes, in tsunamis. Black magic is being in our beautiful and ugly and mourning and sorrow and joy. Black girl magic is the unicorn that they try to kill over and over and over again, but it keeps on coming back because we are shapeshifters, outcasts, outsiders who chant in circles, who spit revolutions off of our tongues. When we speak, we are women whose wombs reclaim countries. This planet knows us by first name, by middle name, by our lost names. This planet knows us by shapes. I mean, even trees rock afros. My black joy doesn't look like dancing on stages every single day. Sometimes the stage is a protest and the mic is a megaphone. Sometimes my black girl joy looks like hot tears streaming down 24 years of trying to find happiness behind trauma. Sometimes my black girl joy looks like happy to be awake because last night my bed felt more like a casket. Sometimes my black girl joy is silent. It's Lauryn Hill in my ears. It's J. Cole. It's Jay-Z. It's loving myself with messy hair. It's leaving my crown crooked. It's not laying my edges. It's the recognition that this planet knows us, black girl. We birth more than trouble, black girl. We birth art. Black girl, we birth nations. Black girl, we birth entire universes. Black girl, we absorb sunlight. Black girl, the moon circles our brown eyes. Black girl, we are a poem on black joy. Thank you. That's it.
What's going on, guys? My name is Nathan Baya. I am an artist, spoken word poet, musician, community organizer. I wear a bunch of hats today. I'm wearing the hat of a poet, and I look forward to getting to a few poetry pieces that describe my journey. If you've been following me this year, you know that I got a chance to work with Artworks TO, and this is a piece that I wrote that they asked me to write. It's centered around community. 1 second. Community to me means unity. The opportunity to surround myself with people who think like me, people who look like me, people who share a common struggle that we combat through unity. It would be lunacy to take on life struggles alone. And a true king knows the throne he sits on is only as strong as its backbone. My community has my back like a chiropractor. With each act, they build my spine. They taught me how to rhyme. That's why each line is a punchline. And I don't mean a beat. I spit to the beat of my community's heartbeat. So even a cappella, I'm on beat. Because I speak to the beat of my community's heartline. As a black man, from day one, they tried to sentence me to life. And from day one, my community been trying to sentence me to a mic so I can speak sentences that breathe life in those who exist in the physical form, but their spirit is torn from the exhaustion of poverty and white supremacy. That's why we must continue to fight as a community in love, peace, and unity. So that was one of the pieces I wrote working with Artworks TO. I got a chance to have my own exhibition. And they have this thing called the Zine magazine, so I got a chance to write a piece for it, and that's what I did. Going forward, I wrote this piece about, my daughter. I think, in my childhood, a lot of people did not envision me being the adult I became into, and this piece kind of describes the struggle surrounded around that. They always told me I was blind, so how could I see my full potential? They must have been out of their mind. I went from unorganized to launching an organization, from irresponsible to responsible for a child. My legacy used to lie in my hands until I created hands, legs that would oversee my legacy. I'm trying to be known overseas so you can see more than your pop scene, but I'm taking too much credit. I can never make something so beautiful on my own. God made you. I was just a witness, and 50% of me was invested in creating you. Now I'm all in raising you. How do I do it? Even when my father was in the house, I was the man of the house. He got sick. My mom never switched, so I never had a stepfather. It was difficult, but I see how those times helped me step up and be a father to my daughter, because I had to be there for my baby sis during a trip I missed. If I could adopt every fatherless child, I would show them the love they deserve. Their name in my heart is reserved. One. So that's just a piece I wrote around, becoming a father and what my journey in my childhood was like. I definitely grew up having to be responsible for myself and my family at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? When you're growing up in certain houses, sometimes the sons take on the responsibilities that fathers lack to fulfill for whatever reasoning that may be. But though my journey was hard as a child, that prepared my journey to be a father to a child a lot easier by forcing me to step up a lot earlier in my life. With that being said, I have about 2 more pieces for you guys, and one of these pieces I wrote when I was in high school, just questioning a lot of things, and I like to go back to this piece around these times. I'll share a bit of it with you. This is my battle with depression. My choice of weapon is self-expression. Some smoke cess to be blessed, but I ain't trying to smoke to escape my reality. The reality is we all battle with depression. My pen is what helps with my incarceration. I hope my pen got you locked like the penitentiary as I educate like elementary. Ever since elementary, they taught math, this, that, but they never taught me how to deal with depression. That's why I find school pointless. Like, why is Black History a month? Like the course of slavery only lasted a month. And why is Black history not a course? Are you afraid of educating kids on their history, so you only gave them a month of their ancestors' misery? And when I wrote that piece, I was just thinking about, the more we go through life, the more we realize emotions are real. And who teaches us emotional management as a child? It doesn't really happen oftentimes. So you have these adults who never learned anything about how to deal with depression or how to deal with maintaining happiness or anything along those times, because school never taught them that. And I just think that it's very important for the school system to change and realize Black children are going through very traumatic situations on a daily, and they deserve that mental health approach. So that's a piece I just made, questioning the system a bit, why is Black history only a month, and why is Black history not a course? You know what I mean? It shouldn't just be this thing where schools decide to put a bunch of African kids in a dashiki to dance for 5 minutes and then back to regular programming. We need to change the programming. And with that being said, I did say I'm a musician, so I'm gonna spit this verse a cappella for you and hope it uplifts you. Rise above it, God, I love it. I'm talking to my beloved. I'm trying to keep it 100. My words are like the Bible, reliable. When you go through trials and tribulation, and nation means you, so you don't quit. Rise, come through, fly like you just landed, and your presence is demanded. Them haters can't stand it, but we rise, baby. Love. Thank you for having me, Nathan Baya.
This is not a poem to you, for you, or about you, because it's about me. It's about the times that I did not waste developing myself as you overlooked the shine of my loyalty. Now look at me, being loyal to me as you still cheat on yourself. I said, now look at me, being loyal to me as you still cheat on yourself. I should have changed my name to Gravity, the way that I held you down. Now look at me, getting elevated closer to my ancestors, so no system can tell me who I am. No system can force me to agree that the time spent with you was a waste, because it was also time spent with me. You told me I was number one. I said, boy, I'm no number. I'm that thunder. No OKC. I fed you. No KD. Every day of your life, I'm the MVP. The one that got away but got deeper within herself. Now every time you see me, in your mind you hear achoo. because you can't forget how many times I've blessed you. My melanin's so melanated that I sparkle. I'm trying to show these young queens that they need to find themselves before a man, and especially before a boy who thinks he can. Now, I'm not against a boy who thought he could. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. But don't claim yourself a king just because you figured out how to release. Because now I see men wanting to be men, but they don't believe in themselves. Two wrongs don't make a right. So to love yourself is an everyday fight. Now, back to me. It's about the hindsight that I did not see, but I won't allow that to mess up my destiny because I still have vision. And with that vision, I can see that not all men are the same. So I thank you for the men out there who do sustain. Thank you for believing and achieving love. Yet another reason I can stand here and say, my love for you was meant to decay, but my love for you was never a waste because it taught me how to love myself so much more, and now I'm free. And that's why this whole entire poem is still solely about me. And that was It's About Me. So let me tell you a bit about me. My name is Shakoy, AKA Need Some Koi, because everyone needs some koi in their life. Yes, they do, because I talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So today I'm going to be sharing a few poetry pieces for you, but first I gotta tell you about what I do. So I am a spoken word artist, an author, and a dancer, and I wanna talk about my books really quickly. So let me just grab them 1 second. And thank you so much to the Toronto Black Film Festival for having me here. I was somebody who just was writing at first because I was angry, hence my first book titled The Poetic Transitions from a Hothead to a Conscious Queen. I really use my words and my creativity to release my doubts and step out. Catch a shirt, catch a shirt. Yes, and then I also wrote a second book titled The Conscious Queen, Volume 1, featuring the After Dark edition, and I'm going to be sharing most of my pieces from this book here today. So let's go on a journey. So, one thing about being a spoken word artist is that you're really sharing your art, your creativity, the things that I'd be crying about, I'm now having the power to share them out loud. So I want to be truthful. So one day I was realizing that, you know what, even though I'm a strong Black woman, I'm also a tired Black woman, I'm also a sad Black woman, and where is there space for me to be an alternative? So I wrote a poem about my anxiety because I wanted to create this space to be something else and not always have to be the person that's strong. So this is titled, Message to My Anxiety. Message to my anxiety. You secretly inspire me, singing loud like a choir's key. You're trying to be the hierarchy. You're focused on me like hocus pocus. Then I bloom on you like a lotus. You're like winter weather and I'm a flower. With your storming ice and snow, you freeze my power. I'm being blunt to break the ice since you're crawling in my head like lice. Things are unknown, life's the dice. Being comfortable costs a price. I want to be the cashier again, fighting you back with the strokes of my pen. Anxiety, if you had a title, it would be my least favorite idol. See, you were built like me, but you are not like me. I break free from the walls of anxiety. Anxiety, you're more of a shapeshifter than an uplifter. I see you on road, I see you in pictures, moving ice cold to catch your next victim. Invisible trauma, do you really exist? Invisible trauma got me biting my lip. Invisible trauma, but don't look at her wrists. Mental metal, when you can't just think to get better. All on my throat like a turtleneck sweater. I'm tired of the self-sabotage. Anxiety got me feeling like an inside job. Anxiety not killing me softly, but quietly. Like a twisted spirit guide. Inside of me you like to hide. But today I have a message. I'ma look at you like a blessing. Like you and I equals progression. Like you and I down the aisle. But we're grocery shopping, so I gotta force you to smile. See, I won't crush or sit on you, but I'ma have to belittle you. I gotta stay bigger, boo. Think of it as it's not me, it's you. Think of it as something spiritual. I was made from the powerful. Anxiety, only now I really see. Anxiety, you are powerless without me. Anxiety, I'm the landlord and I'm taking back my key. I'm moving your butt to the basement. And don't come back unless you're ready to be complacent. Message to my anxiety. And the more that I unpacked my anxiety, I was able to actually realize that there's a lot of anxiety in the community, and sometimes people aren't necessarily blessed to be able to use their art and use their writing to heal the way that I do. So this next piece, trigger warning, I do speak about gun violence. There was a lot of it going on in the city, and I wanted to just create a different narrative. So this piece is called Murder Mirror. When did you change leaders? When did the streets make you a believer? The battle of young black boy fighting stereotypes, but losing and confusing the values of life. A mother's woes taken onto your soul. She gave her baby warm blood for you to make it cold. I said she gave her baby warm blood for you to make it cold. She gave her baby hope, and you took away his goals? Who the heck do you think you are? Do you think your parents awaited your birth for you to grow up and put someone else's in a hearse? Who the heck do you think you are? Did you take any needle or pill to protect this child, yet you have the audacity to take their breath? People don't have kids to have none left. Who the heck do you think you are? Oh, I know. I know. You think you are who they told you. You let the media mold you. No self-love to hold you. No self-love to hold you. Who do you even console to? Laundromat life, you fold him and then he folds you. See, it's a cycle, but the last spin is not guaranteed. So listen to the facts I'm about to spin, please. Young black man, old black man, growing black man, grown black man. You need to know who you are. You are worthy, capable, powerful, beautiful, soft, important. But if you are never told so, how will you know? So I'm here to say, stop the violence. Know yourself, because you have way more potential than to just make a heartbeat silent. That was Murder Mirror. I really wanted to just tell this story of the fact that maybe the person who gets into that lifestyle really never had the choice to see themselves as someone else. So to all my black people out there, females, males, non-binary, everyone in between, know yourselves, love yourselves, express yourselves. So this next piece here, I wrote it during 2020 because I'm like, wow, I survived. I should write something. And it was a really hard time. And so I'm like, you know what? One of my skills is to really use my art to take the pressure off of myself. So I write to not feel everything on myself. So I was feeling really heavy in this beautiful black skin. I was like, oh no, 2020, how dare you? So this piece here is called Heavy Skin, because I was feeling heavy and I wanted to just feel good again. So Heavy Skin, here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to catch it. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to wear skin less heavy. Like, would I get time for nourishment and not have to grow up before I was ready? Does God mourn for black skin? Now how to prove this to my unborn son. Feeling like we're in the Matrix with no Keanu. If Trinity is our lover, I see no holy in it. I want to have a child that I won't have to worry about mourning. I want to believe in the good of the morning each time I open my eyes, but reality rises, so I wish thee a happy one. Happy rising, while we start disguising the heroes we see, since we see them getting taken down like posters. Pussies with pain and holsters, how do you sleep with hate in your heart? Allies, I'm scared to have a son because I don't know if I can save him. Histories of single motherhood, is that my destiny? More reasons to fear for this unborn baby. I can't erase my past, so I grab a pen to write for my future. Black minds race as we live the races between races. Our tears racing each other down our face. Our blood racing down the street. The race from the media for mental time to breathe as we see them who is us slain publicly. They say be the change that you want to see, but how can one bring the community to the finish line? Especially when we see that even during a pandemic, that doesn't mean a stop to black crime. But let me ask you, would you rather Malcolm X or just Malcolm? The goal is not to take all the problems and just solve them. Legends remind us of the powers of self-beliefs, like they overstand the grand plan to change common beliefs. Don't carry the weight of our skin on your shoulders. Don't carry the weight of our skin on your hearts. Don't carry the weight of our skin on your sleeves. Might look light, but it's heavy though. Might look light, but it's heavy though. Galacted from the spiritual. Can you hear the beauty of black skin? Heavy skin. A tale of alternative perspectives as we praise the heavy skin like the gold that it is weighed in melanin. To remind us to be united and that for our rights we have always fighted. It doesn't matter if in the grand scale of things, it seems like we are only making baby steps. Look at us now. Black people, raise your head high. This heavy skin shines light in the darkest times. Heavy skin, a quarter to a dime. Heavy skin, I love my melanin. I'm just going to quickly get water before I hit that last piece. Awesome. I think I only hit. Hey everyone, so I am now at my final piece. I am so excited to share this with you because this is that new. I'm giving y'all the exclusive. But first, I have to let you know more about my shirt. So I'm just gonna do a jacket takeoff here, you know. Sometimes I create my own music as well. Part of the pandemic, yeah. And I want everyone to remember, if there's anything that you get from my poetry today, remember that you have a story, your story is important, and that you need to release your doubt and step out because there are so many blessings that will come your way once you do that. So this piece here, it is an ode to 90s rap. During 2020, I actually was able to go to therapy, which I'm so thankful for, and it really just allowed me to unpack a lot and really change the narratives that Black people don't need therapy or that it's something that's taboo or not helpful. So this is my ode to 90s rap because I felt that it was very therapeutic to me throughout my life. So this is called Boom Bap Therapy, and there's an extra little treat in this. You're at home watching, but you're gonna be a part of this. Can you say boom? I heard you. Can you say bap? Okay, perfect, so we got this together. And just a reminder, this is a poem, not a song, okay? So, Boom Bap Therapy, but it has a little chorus. Here we go. I want to be the boom that goes bap so I don't bap when the boom comes too soon. I want to be the boom that goes bap so I don't bap when the boom comes too soon. Boom Bap Therapy. This is not a rap, it's a poetry with legs. You see, I got to tell my story before she jumps up off the ledge. This story started in the gardens of Tivoli. Mom from Mandeville, father from the ghetto still. The beginning. Sorry, I want to pull it back because I just hit. I want to be the boom that goes bap so I don't bap when the boom comes too soon. I want to be the boom that goes bap so I don't bap when the boom comes too soon. This is not a rap. It's a poetry with legs. You see, I got to tell my story before she jumps up off the ledge. This story started in the gardens of Tivoli. Mom from Mandeville, father from the ghetto still. The beginning, but not the real start. In Toronto, Canada is where two beats became one heart. Two Libras in love, new world situations, deportation, then docked at the love station. Drug dealing parent undercover unaware. Drug dealing parent undercover unapparent. From gold chains to handcuffs. Home is hard, but foreign is rough. I want to be the boom that goes bap so I don't bap when the boom comes too soon. I want to be the boom that goes bap so I don't bap when the boom comes too soon. At the age of 8 is when she learned hate, called a drug man, but to her just dad. Mama trying to make up for the lack of space he take up. Mama trying to make up for the lack of space he take up. Mama, the black sheep with the queen armor, taught her how to cry less and smile harder. Dance all queen, but a daytime warrior. Mess with her forekin, and you'd be sorry, yo. Stress came in and changed the scenario. Forecast cancer, forecast dialysis. No one to uncast her heart's paralysis. So she cast a pen to stitch her sorrows, learning early that guaranteed is not tomorrow. House taken, equity calculations, house taken, equity calculations, running for the bag, but you might be racing Satan, running for the bag, but you might be chasing Satan. Shakoy, coy gal, but far from it. Through the pains and strains, she stayed loving. Rearranged the shame to be discovered. Suicide was a sewage I decided to recover. Suicide was a sewage I decided to recover. Never was an angel, but I'm blessed and I'm covered. Never was an angel, but I'm blessed and I'm covered. Some say I'm too much with knowing too little. I say I'm too much for the times when I was too brittle. It's simple. Live the life that you were meant to and use art to go back before you go boom. I want to be the boom that goes bap so I don't bap when the boom comes too soon. I want to be the boom that goes bap so I don't bap when the boom comes too soon. Boom, Bap Therapy. And thank you again so much for having me. It's your girl Shakoi, aka Need Some Koi. You can find me at www.needsomekoi.com. Yes, we are website official. That's where you can grab a shirt or one of the books. Thank you so much for having me here again. And everyone, just continue to write, create, and use your art to heal yourself. Release the doubt and step out.